Some of you guys might be saying, whoa, this player still exists? Yeah, he does. And he's been playing in the KHL, and he's been the captain of the Avtomobilis Yekaterinburg, which I don't know if I pronounced that. I think I butchered that. Whatever. It's Russian. This is Nikita Tryamkin, and he's a player who was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks in the third round of the 2014 NHL entry draft. He was drafted as an overager, and he quickly became one of the Vancouver Canucks' most exciting prospects. Not necessarily because of his skill, but because he's 6'7", 265 pounds as a left-handed defenseman. He's a big boy, and a lot of Vancouver Canucks fans were really excited to see him step into the Vancouver lineup, which he did, by the way. He did do that several times throughout his career, playing for the Vancouver Canucks throughout 2016 and throughout 2017. But Tryamkin recently went back to the KHL, and in his first year with the KHL, he was an absolute monster. Half a point a game as the alternate captain of the Avtomobilis, 109 penalty minutes, and a showing that a lot of people said was worthy of being selected for the Olympics, which he wasn't, but he played for the World Championships and everything, and he did that as well. Granted, he only had 1 assist at the World Championships and 0 points in the playoffs, but Tryamkin, with his 25 points in 51 games played, really impressed all eyes as a 23-year-old playing in the KHL. Now, why exactly am I bringing up Tryamkin again today? It's not because he's putting up some amazing numbers. It's not because he's an absolute KHL monster yet again. In fact, looking at his KHL season this year, he's the captain of Avtomobilis right now. But he's played 21 games and he only has 5 total points and 17 penalty minutes. So he's really dropped off in regards to his statistics on the ice. But the fact that he has the captaincy, I guess that's pretty good. And I guess there's a lot of value within him as a character in the locker room over there. So, I mean, you don't give the captaincy to just anybody. But playing for the Avtomobilis, things aren't necessarily as good as they were last year. The Avtomobilis do have a lot of really good high-profile scorers. Players like Nigel Dawes, he's at over a point a game, and Dan Sexton, he's at under a point a game. There are a lot of really good high-profile scorers on this team, and Tryamkin is tied for 16th on his team in points. Last season, to end things off, Tryamkin was 7th in his team in points, but that team didn't have a point-per-game scorer. They were all kind of evenly distributed, the points were, amongst the team. So what exactly is it that makes me talk about Tryamkin today? Well, it's the Vancouver Canucks live stream. Because earlier today, the Vancouver Canucks were doing a live stream of their practice. And one of the guys that I follow on Twitter, this is Chris Faber. You can follow him at ChrisFaber39. He took a few screenshots of the chat in this live stream. And Nikita Tryamkin was in the comments. He was in the chat actively commenting about the Canucks practice. I'm going to show you the series of tweets that Chris tweeted out here. There are 4 images of the chat, each with Nikita Tryamkin commenting on the contents. The first image, screenshot comment of Tryamkin's here was the wave emoji, which he basically signaled out to the 124 viewers at the time and the Canucks, yo, what's up? It's a wave. He's waving to the people. Then later, after people start recognizing that it's him, he comments, good start season, which I guess is right. They did have a really good start to the season. Obviously now things aren't really like that, but they did have a good start, which I will acknowledge. That's what Tryamkin was trying to bring up here. Then later, he asks, show me Goldie, please, with the smiley emoji, obviously asking the cameraman for the Canucks social media Instagram page to showcase Nikolai Goldobin. Put the camera on him because we all know that Goldobin and Tryamkin, Russian buddies, and they were friends on and off the ice. Then in the final image over here, this one's kind of I think it's a troll, honestly. Special for Marky, big Russian hi. And there's another wave emoji. That could be a little bit of a troll, but I have no idea. It's just really interesting to see Nikita Tryamkin getting involved with the Vancouver media still. Like, he's been in Russia for 2 years now. He's the captain of the Avtomobilist. Granted, he's not doing too well in his second year in the KHL with this team and this stint. He's still with the Vancouver Canucks in his heart, I guess. And his contract in the KHL expires in 2020, and at that point he will have the option to come back to the Canucks if he so chooses. He's still Vancouver Canucks property. He has his rights with us, so if we decided to trade him for something, we could get something back. But there's always been that ever-looming discussion on whether or not Tryamkin's gonna stay with the Canucks long-term, and a lot of people have been talking about it. Yeah, okay, if he does, we could have Hughes, Juolevi, Tryamkin as our left-handed decor. That's great. And honestly, Tryamkin playing with the Canucks, he was a big boy, big hits, and a skating ability that honestly was pretty good for his size. I was really impressed with his skating through and through every single time he stepped out there. Because he's 6'7", you don't really expect somebody like that to be pretty good on his feet, but he kind of was. So obviously he didn't have the kind of game that he wanted to with Vancouver. He got homesick after a while and decided to go back. But it's still really interesting to see how these things develop on social media. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your quick update on Nikita Tryamkin as he recently got involved with the Vancouver Canucks yet again, this time on an Instagram live stream. Mega props to Chris Faber on Twitter, who provided the content that I used to talk about in this video. He was the one who captured the screenshots and everything. Go give him a follow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. To your plus links for download gaming, and bye.